Gang. It's your boy Rayshaun.
And your girl P.
And today we're here to do a topic about the first 5 years of the worst. And before we get in this video, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified, and give this video a thumbs up.
Yeah, guys. So, I don't know if you guys are either married or not married, but there's this thing that was told to me and Rayshaun that the first 5 years are the hardest years. And if you can make it through the first 5 years, you can make it through the rest of the years. Yeah. And when I heard that, my first thought was I was scared. What about you?
I was too.
Like, what did it make you?
For men, it puts more pressure on us because, we don't want to have the first 5 years of our marriage being the worst with our wives, especially somebody we either truly like our best friend, and we want to last more than 5 years.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people.
Dang, you stared at the camera hard.
Because a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't make it past 5 years.
Yeah.
Because they just, they just give up.
Well, me and Rayshaun will be married for 4 years in December 13th. Mm-hmm. We got married 12, 13, 14th. We got married in December, and let me tell y'all, I have to be truthfully honest. The first year was cool.
Yeah, first year because we were still in that lovey-dovey being married stage.
Right, because we've been together for 10 years before getting married, and then we get. Oh my God, how long have we been together? Like total before.
Total, we've been together since 2006. It's 2012 years.
So we were together.
Next month will be 12 years.
8 years before marriage.
Yeah, 8 years before marriage.
So we was together 8 years before marriage. Yeah, 8 years before marriage. So we already have a chemistry, friendship, love. We already loved each other. But when you get married, it's like a different feeling. It really is a difference. It's like literally the day of your wedding day. It's like a cleanse. Like I felt like pure. Right. I feel like I had like a new beginning once I got married. It was a different feeling. And a lot of people say the only thing that changed is your last name, which is very true.
It is true.
But it's still like if you're a spiritual person, it's like you feel like this connection with God and your spouse when you officially say I do. Mm-hmm. And I felt that. And our first year was great. Like I loved it. I feel like I fell more in love with Rayshaun. I felt great. How did you feel your first year?
I enjoyed my first year of marriage. I was like, wow, this is something that I was looking forward to. Like, I wish that the first year was like the rest, but you go through things. But
we're gonna get to the next. We'll get to the next year. So your first year, it was great.
It was fabulous. My first year was fabulous because we did a lot of traveling. We always do traveling. Yeah, we do a lot. But it was like basic, and also too in our first year, God blessed us with a lot of things. Yes, the blessings overflow when you get married. Right. So
that was great. I think we were just enjoying the blessings and just seeing how, oh my God, all these years we've been shacking up, and look what we missed out on when we could have had a union by now, and God could have been blessing us, no longer shacking up and doing stuff. But the first year was amazing. I felt like I was scared for no reason. Right. Now, let's talk about the second year.
Oh, boy. The second year
was our hardest
years,
literally. The second and third year, pretty much the same. Mm-hmm. The second year is when I found out about my mom happened to go on that. I think it was the end of the first year.
The end of the first year is when you found out that your mom had a kidney, her kidney disease.
Right. Well, we knew she had kidney disease, but her kidney failure.
Right.
So, in that aspect, it was kind of like I went into I was no longer a wife. It was like I was no longer in the marriage. I was just focused on my job, my businesses. What? What happened? Mm. Well, let's tilt it up. I thought we just said we didn't want to edit anything.
I'm just going to edit anyway.
So what happened to the beginning?
It was up to her.
The beginning, like I said, when we first found out, I was focused on my job, my businesses, and I was just focused on taking care of my mama.
Basically, she kicked me. Basically, when that happened, I got pushed to the back burner.
He did. And I didn't realize that I did that to him until, well, we'll get to that next step in a minute. But the second and third year, I was just focused on my grind. I felt like Rayshaun wasn't on the same page with me with the grind. And I felt like he was complacent where he was. And that caused a lot of friction between me and him because he wasn't getting the attention from me that he was normally seeking. And I felt like I was in the world by myself trying to make a hustle and take care of my family.
And then when she was seeking that attention, I was giving it to her because when I was seeking, it was like tit for tat, basically,
right.
because...
It's something that we still do.
Right. We still do it, but it won't do it as much. But,
right.
You know, when she was seeking attention, when she was done with, you know, she was at a cool point with her mom being okay, you know, somebody there with her, and... You know, she wasn't so focused on her businesses. Everything was going well. She wanted attention from me, and I wasn't giving it to her because I was already mad because when I was seeking attention, it's like she didn't have time for me, and it's like we always, you know, she's like, well, I always got time for you, but she really didn't have time for me. So I was like, oh, well, you know, like I'll be trying like sometimes like hey, let's go out to eat or something. Like no. I gotta do this, that, and the third to make sure my mama's straight. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna just sit over here on my phone and, you know, just try to entertain myself or play my game or something. And then when...
So yeah, that's when developing of being on the phones, which this just was like a little light bulb just went off just now.
You're right.
Because now we're like, oh, that's why this is now why we're doing this now.
That's why it's stuck with us now is because... You know, at that time, it's like, you know...
We both was just trying to survive in something that we both was not happy in. It was like, I was over here, he was over there, and it was like, dang. So after the second and third year, you know, we went through a tough time where Rayshaun was in between, like, jobs. It was like, we had a situation, I shared with you guys about the car, with his car getting, his car broke down, the transmission went out, and we were paying a car note on that car. But I decided that I'm not going to pay a car note on a car that don't work, so we're going to let them come pick it up. It's going to be a repo. So we let them pick it up. It is what it is. We had to do a charge off. That's all we could do. So it was like, we were going through a lot of different things. Rayshaun was still trying to...
recuperate from that.
Right. And he went through a little depression with, not having a job, me being the breadwinner. Him, as a man, you say as a man you don't
by that happening by being a man, you just don't, you just don't feel good about having your wife, your significant other, take care of everything, take care of you, and you just over here twiddling your thumbs because you can't, like, dang, that's supposed to be me. That's supposed to be me taking care of her and taking care of everything when...
It's just a tough cookie.
It is a tough cookie. It's something I'm still trying to get over to this day. I mean, every day I'm striving to do better as a husband, to be that person. Of course we all are. And, now tables have turned, and now...
Well, we're going to get to the next year. Yeah. So, the second and third year, we went through a lot. It was just like... I felt like we were just losing everything. It was like everything that God had blessed us with, it was like it was being snatched away, but only from him. It was like everything that I saw him work hard for, everything that I knew he was proud of, that, because Rayshaun grew up with a lot, without a lot. So when God blessed him with like having his own car.
But I blame myself for that because...
there was a lot of things that Rayshaun was... Rayshaun's a liar. He can be a liar.
I can, but I also, too... I know that God snatched all that stuff away from me because...
To humble you, too.
Yeah, to humble me, and also, I was a show-off. I was a show-off. I was like, I got this car, I got this nice apartment. Well, we were staying in a beautiful apartment at the time. I was like, I'm living it. Even though I was like, we was putting ourselves in we had more bills than we had money. And I was out here flossing like I had it when I really didn't. So God snatched all that away from me, and now we're at this spot
we'll get there. We're going to talk about that next year. So it's probably going to be a part 1, part 2 to this. But like Rayshaun said, it was like, Rayshaun is the type of person, which he's like, we're still going through it. You know, being that he wasn't raised with a lot, when a person who's not raised with a lot, when they get something, they could be very arrogant, they could be very selfish, they could be very boastful, they could be, or it's called boastful, they could be very like snobby and stuck up. So Rayshaun had this mindset like, you know, hey, I got it going on. Like, shoot, you know, we making freaking, we're bringing home $7,000 a month. Shoot, we could do whatever we want to do. We got a luxury apartment, we got nice cars, we you know, we 20 something years old, we young, we doing it, we got good credit scores. It's like, you know, God, you know, the devil had him just thinking that he was just popping, you know what I'm saying, but not thinking like, the same God who blessed me with it could take it away from me if I don't know how to humble myself. Right. And so I had to be the wife to stand there with the losses. And then if you guys stay tuned for part 2, you will see what happened with the third year and the 4th year where we're going into now. So you guys stay tuned. Hope you guys are enjoying this talk time. We are keeping it black and white, clear as day with you guys about
keeping it
100. And hopefully somebody else can learn from this, and maybe they're going through the same things, and we can help you guys.
Help y'all not go down that path.
And if you go through it, how can you get over it?
Right.
And we are still getting over it.
Right.
We are still, like I said, we're not perfect, but we're perfect for each other. And we know God didn't just put anything together just to put it together. He put it together for a purpose and a reason. So we love you guys, and stay tuned for part 2.